But it's beef. Everything beef's more expensive. 这是失败了，怎么办？
要么你这边坐车，10块钱坐到中山陵，中山陵那儿有游客中心，你把你的护照给工作人员，喊他带你约吧。啊，
好的好的。
什么2米
1.94
米？1.94米。
还是不够高打篮球啊，不像那个姚明什么的。
2米57吧。
对对，太高了。Good morning, folks. Day 2 in Nanjing. Was having a pretty decent sleep until the neighboring room in the hotel, I'm assuming it was their one, turned on their air conditioner and it's got something wrong with it because it was just going thump, 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 thump throughout the night. But, oh well, pay for a cheap hotel, get a cheap air conditioner, I guess. Time to get some breakfast. I'm going to follow the advice of our local host. Now she said to just take a bike, but I've had a look on the map and it seems like we can get there by partially by the subway and then like a wee bit of a walk around about 1 kilometer. So I think we can handle that and then hopefully check out some of Nanjing's even bigger sites than the ones yesterday. I'm hoping it doesn't rain. It wasn't supposed to rain at all. Before I left I checked the forecast and it was supposed to be fine. It has been raining a little bit overnight, but it's fine at the moment, so let's crack on. Alright, off the train. Heading to get some breakfast, passing, I don't even know what this is. Some kind of park, monument that looks to be a dragon's head with some ladies doing some Tai Chi. It's a very Chinese morning. Breakfast though. Not you, McDonald's. Not you. Hey man, that's one hell of a way to start the morning. Should be this street here for breakfast. Right, that's the name of the restaurant that the lady said I should try. So I guess she means that spot for breakfast. So let's go in and see what's on the menu. Alright, 就那边。好嘞。还要吃吗？在这里吃吧。好，谢谢。This is what we ordered. Beef potstickers. 12 yuan for potstickers. You get 5 of them. Doesn't seem like the cheapest dish in the world, seeing as you only get 5, but it's beef. Everything beef's more expensive. I think it's packed full of beef. The skin is like slightly crispy, slightly salty. And the meat's really juicy. You can see like the sauce is just dripping out. I only ordered this because it was the top thing on the menu in the biggest writing, so I figured it's their specialty. The skin's really dry and the meat's really juicy, so it's actually quite a nice balance. Like the texture in your mouth is very satisfying. Right, breakfast is done, it's time to crack on. Order of the day is a couple of mausoleums. If I'm not mistaken, they're right next to each other. One is the mausoleum of the founder of the Ming Dynasty, and the other is the mausoleum of a guy we've talked about before, Sun Yat-Sen, aka the father of modern China. We need to jump on the subway and see if we can't get into both of these spots.
车站内禁止私自贩卖、卖艺、乞讨、张贴、派发传单、扫码营销。
says Dr. Sun Yat-Sen Mausoleum as the exit name. Place doesn't open until 8:30 and it is now 8:29. So I am perhaps kind of naively hoping I'm going to beat the crowd, but I don't think you can beat the crowd in China, but we'll see. If I had to guess from that picture, I would say there's some stairs in my future. And also I did not beat the crowd. 请问是要用微信预约吗？
中山陵吗？
明孝陵和中孝陵是一起的吗？
中山陵要预约是免费的，中山陵要买票。
哦，好的，好的，就是以微信买票吗？
我这儿你只能预约中山陵，明孝陵到明孝陵门口买票。
哦，好的。我
这边卖的是100的套票，就是所有地方都去的。你只去明孝陵就到门口买70。
好的，那中山陵就
免费，微信预约。
需要身份证吗？
要输你的护照号码。
行。
我看一下。
要看这个吗？
同意。对对对，允许。车票，各位游客。然后往下，最后这个免费的。
好的。
我这只卖100的套票，你是买100的套票吗？
刚才失败了。怎么办？
要么你这边坐车。 10块钱坐到中山陵，中山陵那儿有游客中心，你把你的护照给工作人员，喊他带你约吧。
好的，好的。For whatever reason, I can't get my phone to register for entrance to the Sun Yat-Sen Mausoleum or even the little Tenkwai car. It just will not accept my phone number. But we can walk. It's only 2,700 meters or 2.7k. Let's go for a walk. I guess save myself 10 kwai. I would have paid the 10 kwai. I can't help but wonder if it's a problem with my phone provider because I may have mentioned earlier I had incredible difficulty trying to register for a phone here. So I ended up just getting a brand I'd never heard of. Like here it's China Telecom, China Unicom and China Mobile are the 3 big mobile brands. But I couldn't get, well I would have had to go to like the central office in Wuhan. And I didn't want to. I just wanted to sit at home and get it done. So I ordered one online from a company which only provides phone numbers for foreigners, which was called Ni Hao Mobile. But there's a couple of times now, like I couldn't register for the Wi-Fi in my hotel either. It just kept saying my phone number was like abnormal. So I can't help but wonder if it's connected to that. Don't know. I don't know. Well, that's the first 700 meters done. Very beautiful walkway, and I'm actually probably pretty thankful that the sun is not out in force today because I think that would be pretty brutal. That being said, the humidity right now is at 92%. So the temperature is not that high, it's in the low 20s. It's pretty warm. I get the feeling that's part of the Ming tombs, which I want to see later. But that one costs 70 to get in, so I reckon I'll get in. This one's free, so I want to get there first in case it gets the capacity. There's even a KFC on the way. What a random little isolated spot to have a KFC. Guess if you need a little pick-me-up on the walk, maybe on the walk back, KFC. That's what we could have been riding on if the phone worked. I'm not envious at all. Hey, 700 meters. We've walked 2 kilometers and it's now 9:05. Making pretty decent time. Sweating buckets. I think we're here. I think we're here. I'm hoping they can manually register me, or I'm gonna be disappointed. 请问一下，每次我上那个码预约都失败了，有其他的办法登记吗？
你是什么护照吗？
哎，护照。
几张？一张。
对，一张，对。
护照号在哪？
这个医院才买。
护照号就是。这个是护照号。
那就算您预约了呢。
好，谢谢你们。好，谢谢，麻烦你们啊。Well, we did it manually, but we got it done. Ticket is ready. KFC is over there. There's a coffee shop over there. But let's just get into this place because we still have the Ming Emperor to check out a bit later.
约码不要截图，身份证更方便。
请遵循。
Well, we are in, and so are a lot of other people. And this is a Friday. This is a work day. This is not a holiday. I can't imagine this place on a public holiday or the weekend. I actually looked when I was scanning the app to see if I could get it to book, and it already said tomorrow's tickets are already sold out, so you can't get in tomorrow. Looking at all these flags, there's a lot of tour groups. I feel a few elderly folk by the look of things, who have a lot of steps in their future, as do I. A Welsh rugby jersey. And I'm wearing a Welsh jersey. Or a t-shirt. What the heck? Of all the things I expected to see today, that was not one. Up the hill there is the mausoleum itself. Now, I've talked about him before, but if you don't know, Sun Yat-Sen fought pretty tirelessly against the Qing, the final imperial dynasty, and wanted to get rid of their control of the country, wanted to get rid of imperialist powers who were in China at the time with the foreign concessions, wanted democracy and the rights for the people, social welfare, nationalism, all that kind of stuff that you associate with a modern nation state. And that up there is the mausoleum itself. Steps first. Lots of steps.
人生的上半场的幸福，那就是私有，哪私有？有房有车有钱有权。
That guy's doing a video as well. He's got a cameraman and everything. Now, with the mausoleum being here in Nanjing, you may wonder if this was Dr. Sun's hometown. No, he was actually from the south. He was from Guangdong, which is what you may know as Canton. But this was his capital when he was president of China. And I believe it was his wishes when he passed away that he be buried here in Nanjing. Now, I can't actually read them, but I'm going to assume those three bits of text up on the mausoleum are his three principles of the people, which is kind of what he's most known for in terms of his own philosophy, his own way of thinking. I'm about to head in there, but not allowed to take the camera, so I'll put you away for a second. Well, in the memorial hall itself, there is a statue of Sun Yat-Sen sitting on a big old chair. What's the right word I'm looking for? It's not a throne, but I mean, just imagine like the Lincoln. Imagine Lincoln sitting down. It's pretty similar. And then up on the ceiling, there was like the flag of the Kuomintang, which I'm sure I can find a photo of online and edit it in here. It looks like that. So yeah, pretty tranquil place, but lots of people.
奔向黄海之边，把中原大计 劈成南北两。
Right, time for me to head back down the hill. Accidentally half stepped on a lady's foot, which she did not appreciate. I didn't really put any pressure on her foot, but I got a little bit of dirt on her nice white shoes. I said sorry. Chinese people don't like being stood on. I feel like it's a worse offense here than it is in New Zealand, just because of how people don't like the dirt being on any of their clothes. People don't sit on the ground. They'd rather, you know, put a newspaper down or, you know, anything between their butt and the ground, basically. So, anyway, I think we go off to the Ming tombs now. Now, the tomb itself behind me was built after Sun's death in the 1920s. It was damaged a couple of times. It was damaged in the war with Japan, and it was damaged in the Cultural Revolution, but right now it's looking in pretty good, thankfully. See what I mean? Don't sit on the ground. Ground is dirty. Shoes are dirty. So I put my shoes on top of your shoes. You're mad. That's how that works.
你好，
你好，你们上去了没？
上去了。
上去了。
你是哪个国家的？
我新西兰的。
新西兰的。
对。
你的中文说得不错啊，中国话。
我老婆是中国人。
你老婆中国人，你老婆感染了你。
你们是哪里人呢？
我们四川的。
四川的。
知道四川吧？
没去过，但是我知道你们喜欢吃辣的。
欢迎到四川吃
麻的，哎，对，
吃火锅，吃火锅。
欢迎到四川来，有没有借鉴？
好，我想去，我老婆特别想去，因为她喜欢吃麻辣味道。
你老婆是哪个地方的？
武汉的。
哦，武汉的。
武汉也是辣呀。湖北。
他们也是辣，对。
那我想哪里呀？四川的口味相当好。
武汉人说话跟我们四川话区别不是很大。
是吧？哦，有点像。
四川话跟湖北跟四川很近嘛。
对。你们是来南京玩几天啊？
玩个2、3天。
我2、3天，跟我一样。我明天就走。
湖北到这里也很近了。
对，3个多小时。
武汉过来很近。
对。
这么亮？
没有。
1.94米。
1.94米。
还是不够高打篮球啊，不像那个姚明什么的。
2米7吧。
对，太高了。You may be wondering why are so many thousands of people here on a regular workday to visit the tomb mausoleum of Dr. Sun Yat-Sen. Well, like I said, he is basically considered to be the father of the modern country. Without him and his efforts to, you know, help overthrow the Qing Dynasty and set up a kind of new China, then the country would probably be a pretty different place. It's just a shame. He died of cancer in his 50s. He probably still had a lot more to give if he had lived a bit longer. He was kind of one of those unifying figures in some areas. He's still revered here in the mainland and over in Taiwan as well. Right, we've left the mausoleum tourist area, gone past KFC, and now we need to find these Ming tombs, which are really in the same neighborhood. Hopefully the sign will tell us. Restroom, baby care, tourist center. I remember we passed the parking lot, so I'm gonna guess this way.
这个。
哦，这个是姓名还有
是护照。
护照，对，护照可以用。
对。
摸一下以后你们睡觉不做噩梦的啊。
I'm genuinely not sure if I can do justice for just how big this thing is. Like, look at this thing. It's bloody enormous.